नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामी निति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सखगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परमः कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। ओम तत्सत। हरे कृष्ण। By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the King of Secrets, Raja Guhyam. By Krishna's causeless mercy, now we are successfully studying about the Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Nyaya, and we already started studying about the Prakriti now. Prakriti and Purusha also. So when Krishna taught us about the Kshetra, he said that everything is made up of, in this material world, about 24 elements of material nature, which we have understood very clearly. So the three modes of material nature is a part of this matter, material nature, Prakriti, basically. So our body, material body is made up of matter, which we already know. We understand, even with our modern science also very well, that this body is made up of especially carbohydrates, carbon and hydrogen, mainly carbon and hydrogen. And of course, other elements also. They are all made up of these biomolecules. Unfortunately, without the knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita, in general, people think that they are this bodies. We are this body. We are thinking like that and doing everything only for the body without even knowing, without even realizing and understanding that our body is changing from birth to old age. So it is keep on changing. So not even realizing that we are getting so much attached to everything in this material world. We need to realize that fact that our body is changing and also it's becoming old and it's becoming weak, and our senses are also going to become very weak. So that means when we are very active, we should be doing the actions which are going to release us from this material bondage. That's what karma bandham prahasyasi. Buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. That's what we are supposed to do. We need to act with intelligence so that we can be freed from the bondage to work in this material world, and similarly bondage to birth in this material world. Those are the types of activities we are supposed to do. So that means we need to act with intelligence. If you don't act with intelligence, if you don't have intelligence, so then we will be bound to this material world. Yajnatat karmano anyat yatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangaga samacharan. That's what Krishna says. Any action which is other than yajna, which is other than an offering unto Krishna, is going to bind us to this material world. That's why everything should be done only for Krishna. If we are not doing it for Krishna, if we think that we are great and we can do everything and we are the doer, and if we have false ego, and if we claim that everything is ours, so that means we are going to be bound by our own actions. That is not good for the soul. That is going to take us to again and again come back, take us back to this material way, bring us back to this material way with more and more bondage. That's not good for us at all. So the time is now for us to act with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Yat karosi, yat dasnasi, yat juhosi, dadasi, yat tapasyasi, kaunteya, tat kurusva madarpanam. That's what Krishna says. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, yat karosi, yat dasnasi, yat juhosi, dadasi, yat. Whatever you give, whatever you take or whatever you give away, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, whatever austerities you perform, O son of Kunti, tat kurusva madarpanam. You do that as an offering unto me. That's what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. Anything we do, it should be only as an offering unto Krishna. Brahmarpanam. That's what Tat Kurusva Madarpanam, that means it should be Brahmarpanam. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagno Brahmano Kutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. So everything should be an offering unto Krishna. Brahmarpanam. Everything, all the activities. So when we are doing an ajna, everything should be in the name of Krishna only. Pouring the butter, pouring the offerings, and everything, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and glorifying Krishna. Our life should be full of Krishna consciousness only. Whatever we do, it should be only for Krishna. Morning to evening. So whatever actions we do, we should do it only for Krishna. When we eat, we should eat for Krishna, which is offered to Krishna as prasadam. Yajna sista, sinaga santo. So that's what we need. Then we are freed from all the sins. Sarvepi, understanding all the yajnas. So Krishna is saying that, so we will be yajna sista amrita pujo yanti brahma sanatu. Sarvepi yajna vito yajna kshapita kalmasaga. Yajna sista amrita pujo yanti brahma sanatam. So by understanding all different types of yajnas, by doing everything as yajna, by doing everything as an offering unto Krishna, sarve pete yajna vido, yajna kshapita kalmashaga. So by performing such kinds of yajnas all the time, everything as yajna, so then freed from all the sins, yajna kshapita kalmashaga. Then we will be able to taste the nectar. Yajna sisthamrita bhujo. Then we will be able to enter into Krishna's world. Yanti Brahma Sanatana. So that should be the way of our life. But in general, in this material world, it is not like that. If you want to go with everyone in this material world, like 999 out of 1,000, So if we are one among that 999 out of 1,000, then we are not going to go to Goloka. It is definite that we will come back again and we have to struggle again and we have to go through the same nonsense again. It is happening. We are extremely fortunate to continuously study Bhagavad Gita, understand all the instructions given by Krishna. This is a very, very rare opportunity what we have got and which we are making use of it. Krishna's causeless mercy is there with us all the time. That is the proof that we are able to study Bhagavad Gita like this. Because this is the secret of all secrets. Guhyat guhyataram maya. Jnananam jnanam uttamam. So the secret of all secrets, guhyat guhyataram. The knowledge, the topmost knowledge of all the knowledges, jnananam jnanam uttamam. That's what we are gaining. We are studying, we are understanding. We are able to devote, we are able to spend time to understand Krishna's teachings. So our faith on Krishna, our belief that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is based on this Bhagavad Gita knowledge what Krishna gave us. Krishna clearly tells us in this Bhagavad Gita that he is the Maheswara. He is the supreme controller, Sarvaloka Maheswara. Bhuktaram Yajñat Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram Sugurdam Sarvabhutana Nyatva Mam Shantim Richat. That's what we need to understand. We simply need to understand that Nyatva Mam. One should understand that me. So Krishna is saying that I am the enjoyer of all yajnas and sacrifices. Bhoktaram yajna tapasa. So that means when we are performing everything as an yajna, and who is going to enjoy that? That is Krishna. So all the activities should be performed only as an yajna. Yajnatat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanagam. So all the activities should be performed only as yajna, as an offering unto Krishna. And all such yajnas are going to be enjoyed by Krishna. And he is the supreme controller of all the worlds. Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. All the worlds. Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. We know with our modern science that this material universe is really very, very big actually. It's beyond our reach, beyond our limits. We can't even think about how big it is. It's very difficult, beyond our comprehension. There are so many billions and billions of galaxies, and in each galaxy there are billions and billions of solar systems, and this universe is so big, and Krishna is saying that Sarvaloka Maheswaram, I am the supreme controller of all the worlds. Sarvaloka Maheswaram. And Krishna is the supreme well-wisher of all beings also. Sugurdam Sarva Bhutana. He treats everyone equally. Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. That's what Krishna says. I am equal to all living entities. Samoham. Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. Krishna treats everyone equally. It's all how we treat Krishna, that's where we make the difference. Krishna treats everyone equally, but if we believe in Krishna, if we follow his instructions, if we become a strong devotee of Krishna, Mad Bhakta, my devotee, so then even though Krishna treats everyone equally, but we are able to receive his causeless mercy, we are able to get out of this material world, get out of the three modes of material nature. When we treat Krishna as the Supreme Lord. So that's what is very important. And we are very fortunate that we believe in Krishna. We have full faith on Krishna. We have no doubt that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And our understanding, our faith is based on this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, which no one can change us at any point of time. No one can shake our faith. It's not possible at all because it is based on the topmost science, the king of science. Based on this, we understand very clearly that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And everything is very clear and very straightforward, and it's fully scientific only. Whatever we study in Bhagavad Gita, everything is completely science. Krishna is asking to make us, our mind as our best friend. We should not let our mind to continue to be our worst enemy. So every day focusing our mind on Krishna is very important. So our thought process, our thinking is very important. What we are thinking about it every day. So that is very, very important. What our goals are very important. It should be only to please Krishna. We should not have any other goals other than pleasing Krishna. So that means we just have to follow what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. So there is no other best way to please him other than just following his instructions in Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna is teaching us that go and spread this message to everyone. That's it. So that way, we are teaching the real science, the topmost science. We are studying, we are understanding, we can teach, we can distribute, we can that way receive Krishna's causeless mercy. That's why Krishna says that Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mam Evaisasi Yuktvaivam Matmanam Matparayanaga Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mam Evaisasi Satyam Te Pratijani Priyosi Me. So 2 times Krishna is saying the same message, giving us the same message that think of me, always think of me, Manmana. Become my devotee, Bhavam Madbhakto. Madhyaji, worship me. Mam Namaskuru, offer your obeisances unto me. Mam Evaisasi, you will come to me. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So we have to do this with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then we understand without any doubt that Krishna is our own Lord. And Krishna is in our heart as the super soul. So that way, we should be able to see beyond this material. We should not be very short-sighted, just focusing on what we can do in the next 5, 10 years, or even 15, 20 years. And these days and years, months and years are going very fast. It is just like that. 10 years and all goes just like that. So that means a decade is just getting finished very fast. And we are growing and getting old, as I said earlier. And the time will come that we need to leave. We need to leave means we need to leave everything. We have to give up everything. We'll be forced to give up everything in this material world. So we should be intelligent enough with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita that willingly we should be able to give up everything, not by force at the time of death. We should actually prepare for death with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, understanding the reality that death is certain, that we are going to leave everything. So before that comes, we should be ready. Today itself, we should be ready. We should be ready now itself. So that's what we are supposed to prepare with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, now we are successfully studying in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we are understanding that Krishna already explained very clearly about Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Nyaya. Now we are understanding about the Prakriti and then Purusha. In the sloka number 20, Krishna says that Prakritim Purusham Chaiva Vidyanadi Ubhavapi Vikharamscha Gunamschaiva Vidhi Prakriti Sambhava. Prakriti and Purusha. So Arjuna asked, what is Prakriti and Purusha? Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Nyaya. So Prakriti and Purusha are, you understand, you know that both are beginningless. Anadi. With the Anadi. Ubhavapi. Ubhav means both. Both are beginningless. Vikarams gunams chaiva. And by their transformations, the gunas, the modes of nature are produced. So you understand, you know that they are Prakriti Sambhavan. They are produced from Prakriti. These gunas are a part of the material nature. Material nature and the living entities should be understood to be beginningless. Their transformations and the modes of matter are products of material nature. So this is the science, as I explained yesterday, that the law of conservation of mass, the law of conservation of energy, the law of conservation of soul. So that's what is the Prakriti and the Purusha, they are Anadi. And then in the next sloka, what we studied in this sloka number 21, Karya Karana Kartrutve Hetuhu Prakriti Ruchyate Purushaga Sukha Dukkanam Bhoktrutve Hetu Ruchyate. Karya Karana Kartrutve. So, the cause for creating an action is Prakriti. Karya Karana Kartrutve Hetu Prakriti Rucha. So, Prakriti is creating an action. Prakriti is the cause for creating an action. Purushaga Sukha Dukkhanam Bhoktrutve Hetu Rucha. Whereas Purusha, the living entity, the soul, is the cause for creating its own enjoyment or suffering in this material world. So we are forced to act. We are not creating any actions, but the activities are created by Prakriti, the modes of nature, and we are forced to act. And when we think that we are the doer, but in reality, only Prakriti is doing everything. The modes of nature are doing everything. The gunas are doing. But if we think that we are the doer, and if we claim the results are ours, but in reality, since we are not the doer, the results don't belong to us. And once we start claiming the results, so then we will have to face the reactions of our actions. So that's why Purushaka Sukha Dukkana Bhoktrutve Heturuchyate. Nature is said to be the cause of all material causes and effects, whereas the living entity is the cause of the various sufferings and enjoyments in this world. Then in the next sloka, what we are studying today, in the sloka number 22, Purushaga Prakritistohi Bhumte Prakriti Gyan Gunan Karanam Gunasangosya Satta Sadyoni Janmasu. This Purusha, the living entity, is in this Prakriti because we are controlled by the modes of nature. Amevamse Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatanaga Managasastani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani. That's what Prakriti Sthani Karsati. That's what Prakriti Stohi. Prakriti Sthani, Prakriti Stohi. So we are in this Prakriti, we are in this material world. and we try to enjoy under the spell of the modes of material nature. Bhungte, Prakriti, Jan, Gunan. The three modes of material nature which are produced by Prakriti, we are trying to enjoy. And the Karanam, the reason for that, Guna Sangosyam and Saddasad Yoni Janmas. So we are experiencing both good and evil in life after life, Janmasu, because of our association with the modes of material nature. Karanam Guna Sangosya. So that is the reality. So once we realize, once we understand that we are not the body, we are the soul, and once we realize that we are controlled by the three modes of material nature, so then by Krishna's costless mercy, by simply surrendering unto Krishna, we'll be able to free ourselves from the three modes of material nature. Otherwise, it will be like this one only. So otherwise, we'll be taking birth after birth in different species, so different kinds of bodies, so all kinds of, so we will be keep on taking birth and trying to enjoy under the control of the modes of material nature. So only a person with the eyes of knowledge can see this. So jnana chakshusara. So we are getting the eyes of this knowledge, this Bhagavad Gita, by which we can see that. The living entity in material nature thus follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with that mode, material nature. Thus, he meets with good and evil among various species. So, we can escape from this only with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, only by surrendering unto Krishna. So, mam eva ye prapatyante mayam ye tam tarantite. So Devi Esa Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratteya Mamyevaye Prabatyante Mayam Etam Tarit. So this three Maya is divine in nature, which is very difficult to overcome, but by surrendering unto Krishna, we will be able to free ourselves from Maya. So by Krishna's costless mercy, we have successfully finished this sloka number 22 in the 13th chapter. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. We'll chant 2 rounds, which will take roughly about 15 minutes. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hina Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srinivas Prabhu, Narendra Srinivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Venkata Nagarjuna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you Guruji for today's class.
Thank you.
Thank you so much Guruji.
Yes,
Last
Prabhu.
few days back, not coming again. Yesterday onwards I joining Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu. We again started.
Yes sir. Yes Guruji. Dhanyawad Guruji. Pranamam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Dhanyawad.
Anju Mataji, Hare Krishna. Tirupati Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for the class, Guruji. Very interesting class. And always interesting to know how much we are controlled by Prakriti. And although yesterday you told that Krishna has made it very easy for us to get out, if we understand and trust in that, only we are able to get out.
That is
right.
correct.
Otherwise, we have to trust that Krishna. The more we think about him, the more he will get us out of the binding, the bondage of Prakriti.
That is
And all
correct.
the gunas, everything. That means one thing which you told today, Guruji, about us taking different births and as different species. So, which you have answered us before also. It is once we go into the human life, it is given us for getting liberation only, right? From the human life is the only life where we can get liberated.
Exactly.
Right? Except for very few examples like Gajendra and other animals, in the animal form. So from the human life, then everybody should get onto the path of how to get liberated. So if somebody is going back into a lower species, what is it that they might have done to go into a lower species?
Because what we have, if you remember the lower species at the time of death, then you are going to get it. That's it. So it all depends upon what we remember at the time of death. That's what Krishna says, that the Jalaparata story also is there. He remembered the deer and he became a deer.
Yes. So if somebody is becoming a tiger or a lion, are you saying that they might be thinking of a tiger or lion at the time of death?
At the time of death, whatever species we remember. That's what yam yam vapi smaran bhavam. So that bhavam is what kind of bhavam we have. So that bhavam means that nature. So yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyam te kalevaram tam tam evaiti kaunteya sada tat bhava bhavitan. So whatever kind of bhava we have, we will get that kind of species.
Okay, I got it now. So if somebody is having a more violent nature, then that will manifest as that species.
That's correct.
Okay. Because those who have dogs or pet animals, I see most of them are always concerned and thinking about their pet animals. That was, for example, my brother has a dog, so he's always very much attached to the dog.
Yeah.
That is why I was thinking that we should, even having pet animals then is a way of taking us away from...
Taking us to become a pet for somebody in the next life.
Yes, Guruji.
Not a good thing. It's with human body, we should be getting out of all the attachments. Having a pet and focusing on that is not going to help us. So, first of all, if we focus on Krishna, then that is fine. If we are mentally, we should be detached from everything. That's what is very important. So, sanya, our manasa. So, sarva karmani manasa sanyasyaste sukham vasi. That's what in all activities, mentally we should be able to renounce everything. So then we are fine. So that can happen with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we won't be attached to anyone or anything. So that's why we need to practice. That is the only thing. That's what is going to help us to remember Krishna at the time of death. So the reason Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita so many times, you remember me, always remember me. So focus your mind and intelligence, everything upon me. So that way we can remember Krishna. Because before telling that sloka, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam, Krishna said that antakalecha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram prayati sa madbhavam yati nasti atra samsaya. So we can attain Krishna's nature if you remember him at the time of death. If you remember anyone else, any other bhavam, we will attain that bhavam.
Yes,
so we need to get Krishna's bhava, mad bhava. Mad bhava means my bhava, so my nature. So we need to attain Krishna's nature. If we remember any other nature, so we will attain that nature. So it all depends upon what our mind is thinking at that time. It's all based upon Krishna says very clearly that Shrotram, Chakshu, Sparsanam, Rasanam, Granam, Yevacha, Adhisthaya, Manaschayam, Vishayan Upasyavate. So everything grouped together our mind at the time of death. What kind of ear, tongue, nose, the skin, and all we are going to get, eyes we are going to get, everything is going to depend upon all grouped together about our mind. Adhisthaya, Manaschayam. Then we will enjoy the particular sense objects depending upon what kind of body we are getting.
Okay.
So that's why mind should be focused only on Krishna. That's very important.
Yes, Guruji. It is so important that every day, that's what this chanting is, you're saying, it wires our neurons to always be thinking about Krishna, right?
Yes.
When we keep
chanting. It's a practical process to remember Krishna, forgetting everything. So when we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we are focusing our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. So yato yato nischalati manaschanchalam astiram tatasato niyamyaitat atmanyeva vasam nayat. So wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So that's what is the practice which is going to give us that yoga balam at the time of death. Prayana kale manasachalena bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva guru madhye pranamavesa samyak satam param purusham upaiti digam. That's what is going to give us. So that's why this chanting Hare Krishna Maha mantra, focusing everything, serving Krishna, all these things are very important, very, very important for us. So now we have so much of opportunities to please Krishna, as we know that there are so many thousands and thousands of devotees everywhere. So we need to focus on identifying them and giving them this knowledge. So that way, if we keep ourselves extremely busy in this particular service, so then it is guaranteed that we will go to Goloka. That's why Krishna says that Yayidam paramam kukyam madbhakte swavidasati bhaktim mayi param kritva mam evaisyasti asamsayam. So if we are engaged in spreading Krishna's message, then we are going to go to Goloka. There is no doubt about it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much for the class.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Vrinda Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Guruji, the class. It's nice to connect on a daily basis now. We are getting back on track. I was seeing the video of that Maharaj who expired 2-3 days back. I think Gopal Krishna Maharaj.
Yes, Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Yes, Mataji.
Yes. So, were you in touch with him sometime?
Not much, Mataji, but I know about him. I've seen him here in the temple. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. So much glorification because of being a pure devotee of Krishna.
Yes.
Yes, Guruji. So even looking at all this, we are realizing what is pure devotee and everything what you are teaching us, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji, for keeping us Krishna conscious.
It's all Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna.
Yes, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Palaniappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare. So today's class is really very interesting, and our Sumati Mataji's question also is really very interesting. And then today's sloka 1322, specifically 1322, it's a very, very important sloka, I feel. And that really how we go into this normal material world is explained very clearly in this
Yes.
1322. So whenever we remember Krishna and we do something wrong, always we have to remember immediately 1322. Whether we remember the sloka or not, it's easy to remember 1322.
1920.
So that will make us to normal Krishna's devotee. I
Yes.
feel the sloka is very, very, very important for the human being living today.
Yes.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much for your explanation. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Mohanan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you so much for the class, Guruji. Now we are getting little bit momentum to learn.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Asha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Nice class, Guruji.
Yes,
It is
Mataji.
very difficult to surpass the material nature, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji.
But when we surrender ourselves to Krishna, then it is easy.
Then only it is possible. Yes, Mother. By
Yes, Guru.
yes,
We are
Mother.
getting this knowledge by Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, Mother.
Thank you,
Hare,
Guruji, for all your motivation.
thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Sunil Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Narela Srinivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you Guruji. Wonderful session.
Yes,
And I've been missing the classes for so many days because of so many reasons. But presently I am at Vijayawada and I will try to join every day, Guruji.
oh, very nice, Prabhu. Very nice. Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sunil Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Dandavad Pranam Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare. Pranam Guruji, Dandavad Pranam.
Pranam. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anju Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu.
Yeah, little battery was low,
Yes, Prabhu.
so the unmute button was not visible. Yeah,
Mhm.
today class also wonderful. So 13.2 as Pannappan Prabhu referred. So it's very quite interesting. See, we are getting all the Subhava, everything from nature, Prakriti. So the controller of Prakriti is Krishna himself. Therefore, whatever that Krishna is saying, you get my Swabhava, identifying that Subhava only, we are sourcing it. So the perfect example will be, say for example, the tree. You can take any tree. I read and I understood the root, the way the upward it climbs, it rises. Same way it goes into the root also. So the materialistic life, we see the upper side, the flower, fruits, which is going for consumption. We used to see those things, but the inner root is nothing but inward exploration. That means we are also root. The more you flash, you light, and the more you come to understand that you are educated, you are earning, you have created a wealth for you or for anybody. All this nature is immaterial before Krishna. So the inward root is nothing but a source of our energy. To understand the source of knowledge, the source of knowledge is nothing but Bhagavad Gita. You repeatedly saying Bhagavad Gita is saying the root. Probably the next step of the Bhagavad Gita is nothing but the dark root of our source. So that is the struggle, how to go about it. So earlier days, people, they never, grown upward. They never bothered to grow upward. But in this Kali Yuga, everything upward only it is looked after. All this publicity, all these things, whatever it is coming over, we call it as the intelligence and scientific intelligence or whatever we say, call it. Ultimately, it is not going to result into understanding the Krishna, the root cause. That is what we repeatedly going to fail. And there will be a war for maybe for crude oil, then water, many things we are going to face in the near future. So the upward growth has no meaning in the realistic world, in the materialistic world. So that is why in most of the places it has been told that we have to do inward engineering. That inward engineering, nothing but a deep yoga. I don't know. I refer some classes long back. We used to do Kriya. In that Kriya, the way Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, we are chanting. Here, what happened? Our eyes and ears, those things are open. But during that kriya, when you do repeatedly, you get into a darkness. Ultimate, you get into a sleep. That I realized many times. That deep sleep, there is a complete dark. There is a flash. That flash is only you can find out. Maybe your soul. You can find that. Other things are gone out of your purview. So during that kriya, we used to realize that particular happiness inside. So the more we go, downward into the root, like a tree, it is nobody knows what is there underneath. Same way, the human body also, the dark side we have to go. That is only a source. So indirectly, whatever we understand, if I go more philosophically, we are not understanding our deep root. That's a big problem. We do not know who we are and what is our root, what is our source of energy, where our energy has to be, taken into. So even calling, I am a good teacher, I am a good guru, that also it's not correct as per Krishna. There is no publicity, no advertisement, because it's all upward growth. So all upward growth has no meaning in this materialistic world. I mean, the spiritual world, there is no meaning. So thank you, Guruji. It has taken me into many of the permutation combination to understand the rest of the life, how we could able to focus our attention, which is important to us. Other things are not important. The problem is the other gravitational pull, the upward pull, it is controlling us. We are helpless in that situation. So that is why repeatedly you are also saying detachment. That means the total detachment has to happen mentally. You may do some physical act, nothing wrong. You have to do as a human being. But at the end of the day, don't go for that result. Don't own that result that it belongs to you. And not to create anything which is not make happy to Krishna. So the ultimatum is that. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Very thanks. See, we are attending this class and chanting Krishna itself, it is a gift. We are enjoying that gift. Otherwise, nothing is permanent for us. We don't know tomorrow. So we enjoyed this class. That itself is that we are gifted. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that two person introduced, I think they are taken into the group. I'll check with Sumti Mataji. Probably today they joined or not, I am not sure. So they are senior citizen. Definitely they will join. See, one is from Punjab. He settled in Bangalore. His children are in Australia and Canada. He is all alone and a very nice person. Yesterday I interacted with him. This thing. So he understood the Granth in totality. Therefore, there is a lot of relevancy with the Bhagavad Gita. He was referring that. So the another person is from Kanpur. He is a UP Brahmin. I mean Shukla. So both of them may join.
Very nice service. Yes.
Yeah, that is what we have to bring more devotee and make them to make use of the knowledge which we are conducting daily basis.
Yes.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtana.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.